Just poop right on their chest. You have a 50/50th shot of them loving it. What are the best NSFW life hacks? What up, it's you boy Andrew, your favorite Reddit storytime narrator. If we haven't met before, thanks for joining. Today's story is going to be a fun one, so before we start the video, why not like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell button so that you don't miss any more NSFW storytimes with me. No more lollygagging, and let's get into the video. If you want more sound from your partner during sex, you can take advantage of different products and apply them to their genitalia. I, myself, have found great success with the application of Tabasco and pepper oils. Before an exam, get a boner and write a bunch of notes on your dick. Then, when you need to cheat, whap it out and get it hard. Plus, if you let girls know what you're doing, they'll probably ask to see your dick, so you'll be killing two flies with one coom shot. Put some pepper on your pillow so when you're hitting from behind and you bury her face in it, she'll sneeze and that pussy will grab hold of you like a gorilla fist. Dudes, not sure if this works on women as well, after peeing, apply pressure on your taint with a finger to push the rest of the pee out. Helps keep the drips away once you're zipped up. Masturbate before making a big decision about someone you want to be with. Right after the baby is born. Wife. She's beautiful, what should we name her? Husband. Jerking off furiously. Explain to your partner ahead of time that when you're super excited, you occasionally let a fart slip out. Then reassure them that it doesn't happen that often, only once or twice ever. Then you can rip ass whenever you want, and they won't get mad because they'll think they're the world's greatest lover. If you're a dude and you have an exceptionally splashy poo, give your balls a quick once-over with some toilet paper. That splashback can get on your undercarriage and you may not notice. Balls are stinky enough. Water by the bed or adjacent to sex setting minimizes reducing the mood while keeping you hydrated and hopefully cramp-free in those long bouts. If you're using water-based lube, keep a spray bottle full of water nearby. Just lightly mist when lube starts to get gummy. Instant lube rejuvenation. And towels. Have a few on hand, lube and sex juice get everywhere. For fellow men, while bathing, wash your ass crack with shampoo. Your ass hairs will be super soft and conditioned. Women compliment me on this all the time now. I'm laying at home with a thrown out back. Any small movement such as a cough or sneeze puts me in immense pain. I literally laughed out loud and almost screamed in pain from this comment. Thanks, stranger. Fingering is not an in and out motion. You are not simulating a penises with your finger. Insert, press up into the bumpy surface on the roof of the vagina and drag out while maintaining pressure. For normal people it can be thought of as a come hither motion. For Reddit nerds, think using a mouse scroll wheel, only upside down. Guys, don't be afraid to make your orgasm loud and obvious. It's unbelievably hot when you don't hold back. One time my wife was giving me a blowjob and I had a flashback of a porno I watched a while ago. Right when I came I screamed UHHH drop pin loads. Coom came out of her nose from the sudden intense laughter this caused her. 10 out of 10 though would drop loads again. If you keep firm pressure on the clit after orgasm, there is a percentage of women that will have one or a series of smaller, yet very enjoyable, climaxes from that pressure. Don't rub, just gentle pressure. Edit. Thank you for my very first award. I am thrilled my most upvoted comment is for a tip on extending orgasm, and I hope you are successful in trying it out either by yourself or with a partner. Farts will come out quicker and smoother if you're laying on your left side. Has to do with how your bowels are situated. This is a godsend in bed at night during the 2 days leading up to my period. Laying on your left also works for heartburn because of the shape of your stomach and the esophagus attaches more towards the right. If you're on your way down to perform oral on a chick and realize too late that the smell is going to kill you, but you've already committed and backing out is going to be a problem, all isn't lost. Spread your fingers wide like you're throwing the peace sign to a hippie, slide your thumb into the vagina, press your palm firmly over it sealing the unpleasant odor in. Now you can lick her clit between your peace sign fingers with no odor. You should know the odor situation before. Do a little heavy petting first. Then bring the afflicted hand up and caress the back of the neck. Go for a kiss right below her ear behind her jaw. They usually love getting kissed in that spot, and it lines your nose up with your fingers. Have a whiff and decide if cunnilingus is worth it. Thinking of receiving anal in a few minutes and douching beforehand? Wetter is not better. If you use too much water and it gets into your colon, it's coming back out in a few minutes with force. Stop when you just start to feel pressure. If you're giving yourself an enema before anal, you better have more than a few minutes to clean yourself out. Otherwise you'll be getting warmed up and bam, that diarrhea feeling. One girl I was fooling around with a few months back schooled me up when I brought up the idea of butt stuff. You cannot enema yourself about 20 to 30 minutes beforehand and expect to have a good anal playtime. Plan for an hour or more, 2 if possible, if you're planning to plug the exit and head 'em off at the pass. You need to make sure that as much of the pathway as possible is cleared out, and patience and time is the only way to do that. Speed does not equal pleasure. Start slow and methodical and slowly go faster. Don't just rely on your dick either. Whisper in her ear, kiss her neck, kiss from her neck to her pussy, and once you get down there really give it to her and tell her how much you love her body and how good she makes you feel, or bad if that's what you're into. Also, when eating pussy, don't just lick. Curl your tongue and do little circles. Actual sexual things are amazing, but being told how much my body turns them on or how amazing they find it is the icing on the cake. Definitely do this. It helps a lot with confidence and feeling sexy. Remove the guards from the grinders so you can grind in all positions. If you just weld a tack, put your hand over it so you don't have to put on your welding hood. If you don't have gloves, you can do a safety squint. Edit. Stay safe out there, those are just things I see people do. I keep my guard on and use my pee all the time. Men, beware the death grip. The real death grip that guys experience is psychological. A lot of guys, especially those who are relatively new to sex, struggle to get off due to stage fright. They're not used to playing co-op or performing under pressure. While masturbation is about self-pleasure, sex is about pleasuring your partner and being rewarded for it. I've recommended to inexperienced friends to start off with mutual masturbation so that they get used to busting a nut while there's another active participant. It usually does the trick. Get her off before you even start. Make sure she has an orgasm, and a good one at that, before your dick goes anywhere near that. Why? Well, for one, if she gets off every time, she's going to enjoy sex with you more and will want to have it more, so that's a win for you. But more importantly, as a life hack, the difference between how it feels for you is night and day when she's 100% revved up. Sex after she's gotten off compared to just when she's horny is like comparing a Thanksgiving feast to a banj sandwich. They'll both do the job, but the turkey and stuffing is so much better. When with girls, involve yourself with your partner, don't get pressured by your own mind into overthinking what they want. For example, I remember the first time I ever fingered my now ex-GF, she told me I look really bored when I did it. That stuck with me, and I realized I was sacrificing my own pleasure by thinking exclusively of my partner and not both of us, which in turn was making me less involved and making the experience war for both of us. Learn techniques if you like, but best to just relax and communicate clearly. With guys less experienced, took a while to think of some good advice. Responding to their needs is key, but these needs may be strong, overwhelming. It's always okay and often helpful to slow down, pause and try to gain balance over what they like, you like, and to what intensity. Maybe even beforehand and separate from the act, work out your compatibility. Forget putting a towel on the bed. Use a wrestling mat for sex. Wrestling mats are specifically built to handle two sweaty people grunting and pounding each other. The mats provide better support for sex than a bed does, and they're definitely a lot easier to clean. Some tips. Make sure to clean the mat before and after every use. Don't get a red mat, otherwise it may be difficult to see what to clean if you're into blood play or period sex. Lubricant will make some mats very slippery, so I wouldn't recommend trying to stand on the mat after you've done the diddly-do. You'll want to crawl or roll off and wipe your feet carefully. To be extra cautious, look up jiu-jitsu videos for instructions on how to protect yourself while falling. Speaking of lube, you'll want to apply a little bit to the mat to avoid mat burn. Unless you really want to go wild, a practice mat would suffice. Something like this is a high-quality option. Exercise mats work too. Bonus tip: you can outfit the wrestling mat with bondage restraints if you're feeling kinky.
Like and subscribe for more funny, interesting, and scary r/ask Reddit videos.